Hey guys, and welcome to the 4th episode of my Headphone Zone unboxing. These are the first ever SoundMAGIC earphones that I'm testing, and they have left me smiling a few times while listening to music. So let's jump in with how they're built. While taking these out of the box, the earphones did clink into one another, letting me know they're not made out of plastic. Their housings are made out of aluminium and feel really premium. The rear of the housing has very cleanly printed branding and model number on it. The ear tips are fairly comfortable to wear, and the housing sits comfortably in the ear thanks to how small they are. The cable is well made and terminates to a 3.5mm jack, which also seems like it's made out of aluminium. This also has a little cylinder that drops down from the left cable. It's got 3 buttons on it: your volume up, volume down, and answer end calls, which can also be used as a play pause button. This little cylinder also has a microphone. So how about we see how you would sound to your recipients on phone calls or your gamer buddies. So this is the kind of sound you can expect from the SoundMAGIC E11C that your recipients will be hearing you as. So be it phone calls or be it your gaming, this is how clear they will sound to you. I'm not sure how good or bad this is, so I'm just giving you the demo sample so that you can make a better decision for whether or not you want to buy these sets of earphones. Now, this is not going to have ENC for obvious reasons. These are a very analog set of earphones. They don't have any batteries, any algorithms running, any sort of softwares in it like most TWS earphones do. So you will pick up things in your surroundings. So if your fan's on, if your AC is on, those slight sounds may get picked up, although I do think that these are very close range microphones, so they shouldn't pick up too much of noise around you. But if you are on a busy street, it will pick that up and send it across to your recipient. But I do hope this demo has given you a better understanding of these earphones and an idea about whether or not you do like this sound. This comes with 10mm dynamic drivers and a low enough resistance that's easy to drive at just 42 ohms. On a volume front, these do just fine at 35%. You can tweak these up to about 50%, but I think they get a little too loud over there. Lower volumes are also comfortable, so if you like winding down at the end of the day while listening to music, you can bring these pretty low down and you won't lose too much of the highs and lower frequencies. It still maintains a rounded sound. Imaging is tight and detailed, and it doesn't really show any signs of being muddy over here. Focusing on anything from vocals to instruments to any harmonies is fairly easy to do when you're consuming audio. Higher frequencies are elevated, but they don't go so far as to pierce the ear. So longer listening sessions is a possibility with these. They stay well defined and energetic depending on the quality of audio you're consuming. Listening to Eric Clapton's Tears in Heaven, there's a soft triangle hit through the track that comes to you tightly defined, but soft enough for you to wish there was more of it in this beautiful piece of music. Mid frequencies are not recessed aggressively, so vocals don't sound like they're dulled down. Rather, they sound like they're coming from a bit of a distance. Instruments in this range are pushed a little back as well, giving these a little more dimension in the way they sound. Listening to John Mayer's Why Georgia, his voice is very clearly pulled away behind the highs and lows, but it feels like it's snuggled in a comfortable space between the two and sounds much like it as well. Lower frequencies tend to lean more towards being on the natural side than being overemphasized. These seem to want to produce a truer sound than be over enthusiastic about its bass, which I like. It's not that there isn't enough of it for rock music, it's just about right, but some folk may find it a bit on the thin side. So if you're an EDM listener, these aren't for you. Listening to Dream Theater's Solitary Shell, the drums aren't lost with these. They are very much present, giving you a healthy beat to follow with your foot. So to sum up, when it comes to the build, it's got a very neat aluminium finish. Even the printing of the logo and the branding is really top notch. I think the shape of the earphone itself is a bit larger than the other earphones that I've tested before this in this series. So these didn't really feel like they were fitting me too well. They were not as snug as I'd like. Maybe it's the shape of my ears, I'm not too sure. But they weren't as snug as the previous ones that I fitted. So I found myself constantly trying to readjust these and find a sweet spot. When it comes to the sound, they're very nice balanced sounding earphones, and the way they handle the imaging highs and bass is terrific. Now, I think they are healthy enough for their bass, but a lot of people I feel may not be too happy with the bass because it's not as healthy as you'd want. Like if you even put them up against the previous ones I reviewed, the Venture Electronics ones, these aren't as bass happy as those. but these are just right. They're Goldilocks. If you are looking for bass heavy earphones, these are definitely not for you. If you are looking to step into the audiophile hobby and you want more or less a balanced signature with great imaging and overall good delivery of audio without exaggerated tones, these could be the earphones for you. So how much do these cost? Well, at the time of recording, the MRP on these is 3,999, but they are being sold for 2,499 on headphonezone.in. And if you'd like to buy these earphones based on the description that I've given, I'm leaving a link down in the description below that's been provided by Headphone Zone. And if you stayed this long, I do presume you like the content on my channel. And if you would like to support the channel, I'm sure you know exactly how to. And of course, thank you for tuning into Paul's POV for some sound advice.